If you want to win some free PSN or Xbox gift cards, all you gotta do is be subscribed to my channel, drop a like on this video, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Also, Call of Duty points are in Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 3. If you want to get some free Call of Duty points, click that link down in the description, install the app, and start earning yourself some points today. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about another list of leaked DLC weapons, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. I'm really excited about this list. It's one that I haven't seen surface for a very long time, but my buddy Raidaway, he's a fellow YouTuber, he brought it to my attention. We're on the Call of Duty YouTuber Discord, I guess, me and a lot of my other buddies. So we were talking about DLC weapons and the possibility of all that stuff. So shout out to him for the info. I'll leave his link down below. So I'm excited to share it with you guys, talk to you guys about it and the final set of DLC weapons as this more info comes out about it during this COD Days of Summer event, which actually starts tomorrow. So hopefully you guys will drop a like on this video. Let's go for 2,000 likes. That would be amazing if we could hit that. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And first of all, let's talk about the COD Days of Summer. So the event starts tomorrow. They put out a little list of everything that's going to be taken on in this event, and basically all it is there's going to be double XP for gun game. There's going to be the first DLC map pack is going to be free to play for everyone. So they kind of, I think, messed with the game mode, sort of like they did when the hardpoint double XP was up. There's going to be a gun game 2 times XP, which starts in a few days. Start tomorrow is going to be that DLC map free, and then there's also going to be a new limited edition camo in supply drops. I think it's called Cherry Fizz or something like that. So I'll probably make a video on that tomorrow when it comes out. And that stuff is not as exciting, but also there's still the possibility of new weapons coming out tomorrow. New weapons usually come out, I'd probably say 70% of the time, on Tuesday mornings. And tomorrow is, of course, a Tuesday morning, which could mean new damn weapons are coming out. And that's the big rumor going around, because when weapons, and there's like a patch update, and then the weapons come out, usually they don't announce that they're coming out. Usually they don't put like put it on the actual list of the COD Days of Summer. They never do that. So there was a patch update today. It was all pretty much for zombie stuff, but people like to believe, of course, that they added some DLC weapons, because they usually patch update on Monday and then DLC weapons come out on Tuesday. It's a common occurrence, so DLC weapons definitely a possibility for tomorrow morning. If that is the case, I would be very excited for those to come out. We'll have to, of course, wait and see on that, but let's talk more about these lists. So first of all, everyone knows about the melee weapon list. I've talked about it many times, and I'll throw it up on the screen and just cover it real quick, because this is the weapon list that I'm going to talk about today is a ranged weapon list, not this melee weapon list, but the melee weapon list. I'll throw it up on the screen. I talked about this like a week ago or a few days ago. You guys can see this is a list that came out a long time ago, and a lot of these things came true. Sword variations, you know, axe, spear, crowbar, bat, bowie knife, shovel, a lot of the taser, ballistic knife, a lot of this stuff came true. I'm not actually sure if the spear came true, and of course the bowie knife was just in like a glitch through zombies to multiplayer, but that was the melee weapon list, which was very accurate. Now today we have the leaked ranged weapon list, and I'll show that up on the screen right now. And let's talk a bit about this. So this is a list that came out a while ago. A few of these have come true, and a few of them are like, that's what people believe. When a few things from an old list come true, people will believe that this list is pretty accurate, and the stuff in the future could come true as well. Especially this one, because it has some unique things. You know, everyone would just say, oh, MSMC, MP7, stuff like that. But this one has some unique guns that I've never even heard of. So that makes it even more credible, because they might have some insider knowledge if they're coming up with these sort of, you know, these sort of guns that normal people would just guess. Ballista, DSR, MP7, MSMC, stuff like that. You know, this has some more in-depth stuff. So we'll throw a list up and we'll talk about it right here. First one on the list is going to be the Desert Eagle. Now, this is possible. However, I would say this one probably won't be in this next set of DLC, because we just got the 1911 pistol. Desert Eagle pistol is a super dope one, but it's more of like an Infinity Ward thing. It's not really a Treyarch thing, and I find that these companies tend to stick with their own for most of the time. So of course, you know, I mean, we did have the M16 and stuff like that into Black Ops 3, but I don't think the Desert Eagle would come out. If it does, no, I don't think it will come out right now. If it does come out later down the line, that's definitely a possibility, but 1911 just came out, and usually they like to mix it up. You know, AR, SMG, sniper, LMG, shotgun, pistol, melee weapons. They like to mix it up. Next one is the double barrel shotgun, like the Olympia. This one has been rumored for quite some time, and I think this definitely is a possibility. The only DLC shotgun we have, I think, is the Banshee, and that one is kind of like a weird shotgun. It's not very effective. It's more of like a trick shotting electric shotgun. So I think that Olympia or something like that would be a high possibility. Next one, of course, is the DSR-50, which we did have, sort of. Some people will argue that the DBSR-50 isn't the DSR. Some people will argue that it is. I think it is basically kind of like the built off the DSR, but it's a different version. It's a double barrel, or whatever it's called, a double barrel sniper rifle. So it's similar to the DSR, but it's not exactly the same. The FAMAS, of course, we have that one exactly from Black Ops 1, which came true from this list. It's the FFAR in Black Ops 3. Next is the Flintlock Pistol. This one I had to Google. What it is, it's basically like a super old pistol, kind of like the blunderbuss from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, but in pistol form. I think this would be kind of dope and definitely a possibility. Of course, we already have the Banshee, which is sort of like a blunderbuss, so I'm not really sure. I think this Flintlock Pistol could be a dope idea. Of course, I think that I'd actually be pretty hyped for that. But like I said before, we just had a new pistol come out. Next is the FN Scar, which I would be very excited to see a Scar, but that's more of a Infinity Ward weapon as well. Thompson from World at War. I think this definitely is a possibility. Of course, that's a Treyarch game. Thompson is a super awesome gun, and we already have the PPSH and stuff like that, so I think this one is definitely possible. Lsat from Black Ops 2 as well, an LMG. We did have the LMG DLC with the Ajax, but I think that, you know, it would be possible to have the Lsat. M1 Garand obviously came true a long time ago, and that just shows you how old this list is. If they had M1 Garand on it before it actually came out, the MX Garand came out well over a year ago, proves that the list is more accurate. MDR, this is sort of like, I had to Google it, it's sort of a fully automatic rifle, kind of like an ACR, but I guess MDR. This one, of course, is one of the weirder ones. I wouldn't think to guess this, or like if I was making a guess list, so that kind of proves that this list could be accurate. MDR could be kind of cool to come out. I don't really know that much info on it. It's an assault rifle. Next, we have MP7. I've talked about this one countless times, how it's been leaked, how there's gameplay of it. Definitely a high possibility. Sawed off for another shotgun. I think shotguns are a high possibility as well here. Whether it's going to be the Flintlock Pistol could kind of, you know, be in shotgun form, I guess you could say. A double barrel shotgun or a sawed off shotgun. The Tarak, which I couldn't find literally any info on this, so I'm not sure if this was, you know, they have info on something that was a name, because usually when these guns come out, they don't come out with the actual name of the gun. Sometimes they'll come out with names they basically made up, so that's what the Tarak could be. The Uzi, of course, a very exciting one. Shout out Little Uzi also. But the Uzi is more of and I guess the Uzi was Black Ops 2. So the Uzi is one that's been in a lot of different Call of Duty games. I think that actually could be quite possible. And the next one is going to be the ZH-05, which I looked this one up, and the ZH-05 basically is like the G36C. So there's a lot of different possibilities here. I think that like I've said, we have to think about it technically from a standpoint of, we just got a pistol. What are we looking for here? We have a lot of assault rifles, quite a few SMGs, not that many LMGs or shotguns. We do have a crap ton of snipers as well. So I think LMGs and shotguns are overdue, but at the same time, we have to talk about the point that LMGs and shotguns are not the most popular in the game. So to that point, I would say we just had the AK-74U. Maybe this next drop could be an assault rifle like the M27, like maybe the ZH-05 or some of these weapons that I don't really know too much about on this leaked list, or possibly they could be adding another shotgun or an LMG. But of course, we're just gonna have to wait and see what actually ends up coming out. In my opinion, I think that with this COD Days of Summer event going up, all the hype, I mean, what YouTuber or Black Ops 3 YouTuber is not talking about DLC right now, not talking about this COD Days of Summer event? I would hope that they come out with a multiple. They wouldn't just come out with one like they did with the AK-74U. Well, the AK-74U came out with a pistol also, so I guess it did come out as two. I'm not sure which. I think it was the Galil. One of these weapons came out solo, but I think that this one would be another multiple drop, and I would be surprised if we don't get at least one of the LMGs or the shotguns, as well as probably an assault rifle or, you know, something to keep the hype up going through that. Now, we have to remember, you know, Call of Duty is known for doing great DLCs. They're also known for letting down sometimes. So this COD Days of Summer event, if there's not many secret stuff, it could be kind of a flop. I mean, I was kind of pissed off that they put this camo into supply drops, limited edition, which just sucks because at this point in the game, man, the camo should be through community contracts. Everyone should have a fair shot at them, or they should be through actual contracts, sort of like the Underworld camo, if you remember that one. I think it was get 200 kills with your specialist and you get a free camo. That one was dope because it got people to play, it got people that, you know, active to play for a simple camo. It kind of sucks when they do limited edition camos, especially because personally, I don't think there's that much hype around them. I mean, it depends how good the camo is, of course. If they're doing a limited edition early Black Ops 3 Diamond or a Dark Matter, or, you know, crazy Rainbow Dark Matter or something, there's going to be insane hype around it. And I don't know why they don't put more effort into the camos when they're doing them into supply drops versus a community challenge. But anyway, that's another talk for tomorrow or for another day. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know which of these lists you'd like to come out. And of course, talking about this leak list, you can see they have like 3 or 4 of these on this list that were correct. The melee list had like 5 or 6 that were correct. So hopefully this keeps being correct and we get some of these cool things. Drop a like, sub for a cookie note lookie, and I'm out. Peace.